Hello and welcome to the beautiful Bodensee. I thought today I would make a part 2 of my review of the Mi Band, because I have stuff to say, because I've been wearing it for a while. In fact, I've been wearing it for 22 days. That's not entirely true, because I got it 22 days ago. I haven't been wearing it every single day, but I've been wearing it a lot. In fact, I'm gonna check how often I've been wearing it, because I have stats on my phone, because it syncs the stuff on my phone. And let's count the days. 16 of 22 days I've been wearing it. 16 out of 22 days I have a step count of more than 1,000. Guess how often I had to recharge it? In those 22 days I charged it 0 times. I mean, I charged it once before that, and today it started doing this. If I press it and it says battery empty, and then it says the time. Battery is currently at 9% and I've been wearing it for 16 days, and I also did the sleep analysis thing. So battery time. Okay, chapter 1, wearing comfort. Now, the Mi Band, when I wear it at the day, it's pretty much as comfortable as a normal band. I just don't really feel a difference here. I mean, it's a little bigger, but it's nice to wear. Like this plastic thing, yeah, it's kind of annoying because you start to sweat beneath it. But usually I never realize that I'm wearing it, so that's cool. At night, however, it's definitely more annoying than such a band, because if you sleep, you have your hand somewhere and it presses down, and then you're like, oh shit, I have something here, and that wakes you up, and that's annoying. You get used to it, but in the beginning, not nice sleeping with that thing. Chapter 2, heart rate analysis. Now, I can't really say if that's any accurate, the values that they give me, but right now I have a pulse of 100, which makes sense. I've been, you know, wiggling my hands around, and the sun is shining down, and I'm generally, you know, enthusiastic about stuff. Usually it's, you know, somewhere between 50 and 70. It does make a difference if I'm, you know, excited or if I'm just chilling. It can tell me that, but how accurate the actual values are, I don't know. Let's measure the same thing again, and let's see if it changed. I mean, the pulse does change quickly usually. It's now at 86. So I'm not sure, maybe that was just I don't know how accurate this is my point. It can distinguish between me doing sports and me chilling, but you know, the values, yeah, plus minus 10 I guess is fair. Measuring itself works by just tapping, so that's fine, I don't need my phone for that, but I really have to hold my hand still for it to work. That's one annoying thing, because sometimes when I'm cycling I want to know, okay, now I've been cycling a lot, what's my pulse? It's now 106 again. But if I'm, you know, holding the handle and it wriggles a bit, then it just won't let it measure. Let's try that again. So I'll let it measure, and you know, I'll just dance around like I'm a crazy person, because I got nothing else to do at the beautiful Lake Bodensee. Then it will just not be able to tell me what my actual pulse is, if you know what I mean. Yeah? And that's why it's taking so long. Usually it vibrates when it's done, but it's still measuring, and now it tells me, oh, I can't measure your fucking pulse. Yeah, because I've been wiggling around too much. That's kind of annoying, because when doing sports you want to know your pulse, otherwise I don't know why you would want to know your pulse other than when doing sports or activity. And if you can't measure it during that activity, it kind of sucks. Just saying. But other than that, it, I don't know, I guess works fine. Chapter 3, step counter. Now, my current step counter, it's so annoying if it always tells me the battery is empty, is 6,279 steps. Which makes sense, because I've been walking around in Bregenz a lot today. Now, let me try and demonstrate how accurate it is by trying to walk 100 steps. Okay, that's been 106 steps, and the step counter says 6,394. So it measured a few more steps than I actually took, but maybe I just miscounted myself. In general, I'd say it's pretty accurate counting the steps, but it also counts steps if you wave your hands around too much, especially when you're dancing. Let me demonstrate. Alright, and now the step counter is at 6,416, so those have been 20 steps again. I mean, I guess I'm being hard on that thing, because for it to, you know, distinguish between extra steps and extra dancing, it's really hard. Alright, chapter 4, the connection between the phone and the Mi Band. It uses Bluetooth to connect to the Mi Band and can push all sorts of notifications to it. That is very helpful when you're outside walking around, not feeling when your phone vibrates or not hearing your phone because you have headphones on or just people are screaming too much. Then it's really handy. Also, and that's where I used it most, during concerts. Because if you're at the concert, it's really loud, so you never hear your phone, and you can't distinguish between your trousers vibrating because of the bass of the sound or because your phone vibrates. So having the Mi Band vibrate is really, really helpful there. Usually it's really quick to respond. If I get a text on my phone, half a second later, my Mi Band will vibrate. And that's because the Mi application on my phone first has to get the notification from the phone, so obviously the phone will always vibrate first. But once the Mi Band has been inactive for a while, I guess there's a Bluetooth idle something, then it can take up to like 3 seconds for it to respond. When I feel my phone, and then like 3 seconds later I'll feel it on the Mi Band, because I feel my phone and then I'm like, oh, that wasn't something important, because the important stuff will get pushed on my Mi Band and then it vibrates a few seconds later. Maybe it has to pair with the phone again, with the Mi Band again. I don't know, but especially if you have it on for a long time, like now, if I would get a text now, it will probably be 2 seconds or so until it's actually vibrating at the band. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like if you get a text on WhatsApp, those 2 seconds are not really important. It's just something that I want to tell you because I'm making a review of that thing. And it's something I recognize, so just saying. What can you do? Chapter 5, the sleep analysis thing. Now when you're sleeping, that thing recognizes that. I have no idea how, but it does. So only if you're wearing it during your sleep, it will say that it has new sleep data for you in the morning. Right, now what it does, it says how long you've been sleeping, how much time you've been awake during your sleep time, and that's not very accurate because sometimes I've been awake but I just didn't move, so my band didn't really notice. But if I go to the toilet, it will say, oh, you've been awake because you've been doing steps. And then it also tells me how much I've been in deep sleep. So I've been analyzing my sleep in 8. Yeah, that's how I show you 8 of the 22 days that I had this thing. And I actually do sleep better in my own bed. I realized that because I've more deep sleep time when I'm sleeping in Graz than when I'm sleeping in Klagenfurt. That's what that thing told me. But I also slept very well at Chris's place, for instance. So, I don't know. And once again, I can't really be sure of that. It's just something it tells me. You've been in deep sleep for that long. But I can't prove it because I don't have, you know, the technology to actually show that. And then once again, it will just, you know, make stats for you. There's been one night where I've been a lot in deep sleep. But you can't see anyway, so whatever. So personally, I don't really know why I would be wearing it every day. Just for a sleep analysis. But you can if you want. Ha, that's a pointless message here. I stepped in bird shit. That's what you get for vlogging here. That's what you get. Chapter 6. The alarm. You can have 3 alarms stored on your Mi Band. And you don't have to have your phone connected via Bluetooth to that thing. Which is really handy, because if your phone dies in the night, because it doesn't have battery for some weird reason, because you've been playing Pokemon too much, then your band will still vibrate because it's got it stored in its storage. Ha! Words! And when it wants to wake you up in the morning, that's a tongue twister, then it will just vibrate again. Now personally, I'd say it snoozes way too quickly, because I think it only vibrates like 5 times, and that's not enough for me to wake up. And then it's idle already, and I'll be like, oh, good, that's gone, I'm gonna sleep again. Then it snoozes for 10 minutes or so, and then it vibrates again. But once again, not often enough. Like, I would like to have it constantly vibrating until I press that freaking button to tell it that I'm awake. But it will just stop automatically, so that's kinda annoying. I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I haven't been using the alarm that much, because, I mean, it's holiday season. I don't need to get up early. Apparently there's also the possibility for the alarm to wake you up earlier than you set your alarm if you're not in deep sleep. But unfortunately, I haven't figured out how that works yet. I've been reading some Reddit posts and they say something about an early bird alarm. Couldn't find it in the app. Maybe I'll find it, and if I do, I'll test it out, and post-production Andy is gonna tell you about it while I do some dance. Alright, here's the thing, I still couldn't get it to work. As it turns out, Xiaomi disabled the feature in version 2 of their app. And that means there's no such thing as the early bird alarm anymore. Which, you know, kinda sucks, because one reason I got this thing was because of the smart alarm. But what can you do? You could use third-party apps, but they require you to have a Bluetooth connection between your band and your phone. And then I think, well, then I can just use the phone for that thing. I don't know if the feature will ever be brought back, but for now, it doesn't exist anymore. It's gonna be enough to tell you about that thing. Alright, chapter, I don't know how many, the idle alerts. Now, I couldn't test that in my first review because I've never been idle, but meanwhile, it did tell me a few times when I've been idle. Mainly when I'm sitting in a train or in a bus, because then you really have no reason to get up, and after 1 hour, the thing will vibrate and tell you, yo dude, get your ass up. And then I'm like, yeah, alright, I'm gonna stand up for once. And I mean, that's handy. I mean, it's better than nothing, because when I'm in the train editing, 6 hours pass by really quickly. And getting up is healthy if you're sitting too much, so it's a nice function. Once again, I will tell you what I told you in the first review. It would be really nice for me if I could set it to like 30 minutes until it tells me to get up, but 1 hour is fine as well, and it works. Most of the times it actually works. Sometimes I wiggle my hand around too much, like when I'm listening to music and being like that, and then it won't tell me that I've been idle for too long. Because even if I'm sitting, I can be like, woohoo! And yeah, then it thinks I've been moving, so I don't need to tell him. Yeah. So. But it's a nice feature. I'd rather have it than not have it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode of my Mi Band 2 review. And I'm gonna see you soon, hopefully. And make your backup, and then watch my third review, if there will be one, sometime in the future. Okay, is that it now? Is that it? Are we done? On my way. I need to catch a train. Anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. And if there is anything, then, you know, post-production Andy's got it covered. I need to go. Well, I mean, you could have given a resume. Basically, if you want a watch with some cool features, get the Mi Band 2, but if you want a smartwatch, get an actual smartwatch. Goodbye. Chapter 6. The alarm. Yeah. Chapter 6. The alarm. Okay, so you can have 3 alarms stored on the Mi Band, You don't need to have it connected to your phone for it to wake you up. And I'd say that is really handy, because you don't need your hand. I have to start that again.